Hello friends and welcome to today's video. So today we're going to take a very introductory look at Automatic1111 and see how we can generate some basic AI images. So I'm going to create a series of videos where we take a very low down dive at Automatic1111 and then look at its various functions and various advanced things that you can do with it so that you slowly become an expert in so that you can become an expert in generating magical images and various kinds of AI related effects using the Automatic 1111 web UI. So I have shown you how you can install the web UI using a very simple installer. So I'm going to start today from that point. So for that, you need to check out the video, the link I'm going to provide in the description. So after you have installed everything, after you have installed Automatic 1111 correctly, you will have this interface by clicking this icon here. If you have a GPU which is 3060 Ti or higher, I strongly recommend that you click here, enable Xformers, and enable this so that it speeds up your generation. If you have a lower end video card like a 1050 Ti or something, this may not be very useful. But if you have a somewhat higher end video card, an NVIDIA video card, for example, you probably get slightly faster generation, which is why I have enabled this, and I'm going to launch web UI by clicking here. Okay, so after a couple of minutes, uh, it will automatically load in your browser Stable Diffusion inside Automatic 1111. So it will look more or less like this. You may have a few of these tabs less because maybe you have a fresh installation. You may have a few of these things here less because of the same reason. But as you follow my tutorials, you're going to have more and more tabs and more of these controls here as you're going to experience better and better ways of creating images. Today we're only going to look at the basic of image creation, and as I make more and more videos in this series, you're going to learn more and more and get a deeper understanding of the various ways of creating or generating images using Automatic 1111. So the first thing that we have here, I'm going to introduce you to is this particular box, which is called text to image. This is where you type in whatever it is that you want to create that will generate the image, and then underneath this you have the negative prompt. This is where you type in the things that you don't want to see. And then another important part here is this, the stable diffusion checkpoint. Now over here it says experience underscore 70, but you might have a different checkpoint if it is a new installation. So I have many different checkpoints and many different models which I have installed here, as you can see, but you will probably have just one. So I'll also show you today how you can download and place your checkpoint file or model file so that you will have those options just like me. Now before I show you how to download and install the various models, I'm just going to do a text to image and show you how does this process basically work. So I have a prompt for you which I already had prepared. So I'm just going to copy paste this, and when you have the prompt ready and when you type it in this field, just create generate. I'm going to come here and show you the other options, but for now we're just going to generate this prompt. It might take a little longer for the first image to generate, but the subsequent image generations will be faster. If you have a slower video card, your generation might be slow, but if you have a faster video card, your generations will be very fast. Okay, so my image generation is done, and over here you will see the image that has been generated. So yes, what I wanted was a portrait of a cyborg with brown hair, and it gave me the portrait of a cyborg with brown hair. Now, one thing to notice is that let's say that I do not want these markings on her face. So this is where the negative prompt comes in. So let's say I want to write face tattoo, which means that I do not want to see any face tattoo. All right. And then let's say that I don't want her to have brown eyes. So I write brown eyes. And what else do I not want to see? I think it's okay. I think these are the two things that I don't want to see. I don't want to see a face tattoo and I don't want to see brown eyes. And now if I generate, let's see what happens. So as you can see, now we definitely have a face without the face tattoos and without the brown eyes. So basically that's what the negative prompt does. Anything that you don't want to see in your image, you put that down in your negative prompt, and Stable Diffusion will try to do its best to remove those from the generated image. So friends, as you can see, it gave me this image, and it does not have any face tattoos, and it does not have any brown eyes. So that's what the negative prompt does. Now, what most people do, and if you check out other people's work, what you'll find is that they have not just one or two items or one or two prompts in the negative prompt area, but they have a huge host of negative prompts. So basically, what those large list of prompt in the negative prompt area does is that it makes sure that no matter what kind of image you are generating, that those images do not include any of these negative prompts that you're providing. And usually it's a list of all the negative things that usually appears in the image. I'm going to paste one and I'm going to show you. So this is the kind of negative prompt that you'll see in most of the images. As you can see, it contains terms like bad art, it contains terms like blurry, okay, it contains terms like out of frame, etc. So no matter what kind of image you're trying to produce, you don't want these things to come up. You don't want a poorly drawn face, you don't want a poorly drawn hand, etc., etc. So that is why most people has this huge laundry list of negative prompts they put in permanently in the negative prompt area, so that the image does not include them at all. And this is a tip that you can follow. You can develop your own list of negative prompt items and you put them in here so that they do not come out in the final image generation. For today's video, we are not concerned with those. We are going to remove these items. Okay.